Hey everyone, it's me, Deanna. How are you guys doing? I know it's been a while since I made a video myself. My last video was an interview that, I had with somebody talking about sickle cell, me having sickle cell on my YouTube page and spreading the awareness and all of that. But for me actually doing the video, it's been a while. So I try to do my videos like once a week, upload a video once a week to my channel. So I was like, let me do it now because it's been a while. So I hope everything's been good with y'all. Everything's been good with me. Right now I have a toothache. Like, I have to get one of my teeth pulled, and I'm telling you, having a toothache and sickle cell crisis is neck and neck. I promise you. They are neck and neck. Like, seriously. I'm taking ibuprofen and I'm trying to medicine myself up. It's just a lot. I just don't want it to turn into an infection. I just don't want it to turn into a crisis either. So, thank God I get my tooth pulled next Monday. So, I'm glad about that. I can't wait till I get it out. Just pray and hold out that I could get, hold out until Monday. But the topic of this video that I'm doing is judge how sickle cell patients get judged. Now, I wanted to talk about this subject for a while, but I wanted to hear other people's opinions. Like lately, for the past 2 months, I've been hearing sickle cell patients' stories on Facebook. Oh my gosh, I just went to the emergency room. They treated me like crap. They treated me like a junkie. As soon as I tell them I'm in here for sickle cell, they treat me different and blah, blah, blah. And I've been seeing that a lot, like literally more than usual. And yes, us sickle cell patients do get judged. It's sad, but we do. It's a part of having sickle cell. And I wanted to talk about it, but I don't want to say the wrong thing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna give my opinion on it, and stuff like that, and just try to explain to the best of my abilities. So, for those who really don't know about sickle cell, when we go into crisis, obviously we go into the emergency room, and all we're thinking about is getting some relief. That's it. We shouldn't have to think about, I hope I get a good doctor. I hope they don't judge me. But sometimes that's what we think about when we go into the emergency room, besides getting relief, because a lot of sicklers get judged as soon as you tell them, why are you here? When you're being asked why are you here, and you say I'm in a sickle cell crisis, I have sickle cell. Some of these doctors are so mean, it's ridiculous. They are so mean. They'll judge you right off the bat, not even knowing who you are, even if you don't even come often. As soon as they hear you say you have sickle cell and you're a sickle cell crisis, they think you're a junkie. They think you're a drug seeker. They think all you want is just some pain meds to get high. And that's not the case. See, with me, I don't go into crisis that often. I go maybe once every 2 or 3 months. So that's maybe what? 4 or 5 times a year. So not that often than I used to. Like before, when I was younger, I was going every month. So that's like 12 times a year. So it drops significantly. So now, I don't go into crisis that often. So the hospital, thank God, that I go to, they don't judge. I thank God for that. I go to the hospital in Florence, which is 30 minutes away from me. And they know about sickle cell. They know their education. They know about sickle cell. But when I used to live in Connecticut, they did not know anything about sickle cell. When I was on the P side, I had no issues. They knew me well. They knew what meds I needed to be on with no hesitation. But as soon as I transitioned over to the adult side, that ended. Like, they would be like, well, what do you get? They'll ask you, what do you get? And when you tell them, they be like, no, I think that's a little bit too much. Oh, and blah, blah, blah. How do you know? If you don't have sickle cell and you don't know what the pain feels like, you shouldn't even be judging at all. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I honestly think, I'm just going to say my opinion, I honestly think why doctors judge sicklers because they don't know squat about sickle cell. They think they know about sickle cell, but honestly, they don't. Now, doctors that I ran into that knows about sickle cell, they don't judge you. And when you tell them what you want and need, they don't hesitate to give it to you. They know that you need oxygen. They know that they need fluid right away. They know they need your blood drawn right away. They know you need your meds right away. They know it. They on it. But when you go into a doctor, when you run into a doctor that doesn't know anything about sickle cell, but they say they know, they judge you right off the bat. Right off the bat. They be like, well, I'm going to give you 1 milligram of this or 0.5 milligram of this. What is that going to do? Especially if you're in a bad crisis. You need to attack the crisis aggressively and give a pretty decent dose so you can get, some comfort. Those type of doctors, they think they know, but honestly, they don't know nothing about sickle cell, and they don't know how to deal with sickle cell patients, and they don't know how to treat sickle cell patients. So that's why they judge us, because they hear that we're judging. Now, let me tell you, there are some sicklers out there, very minimal, but there are some sicklers out there that do go to the hospital just for the pain meds. And they fake the crisis. And that's sad, but it does happen. But those type of people makes it hard for me and the ones who actually do need the pain meds and actually do be sick and all of that. It makes it harder for us to get treated right, because you just had a patient who had sickle cell but faked their crisis and all they wanted was pain meds. So you assume everybody else is like that, and it's not. Like I said, there's only a little bit, a few people that really does that. It's rare that they really do that, but there are some drug seekers out there, and there are some people that fake the crisis just to get some pain meds, and it's sad. It really sad, and that's another problem with the sickle cell community. That's why we get judged, sometimes because of that. It makes it harder for the real ones to actually get treated right. But that's another topic for another day. But I just really wanted to touch on us being judged. I want to say I personally have been judged. I don't, like I said, I don't get sick that often. I don't even go to pain clinic that often. And yes, I have been judged. I have. I'm not going to say a lot, but I'm going to say I had that experience. I did get judged. I'm going to say on one hand, I can count how many times I got judged. But even if you got judged one time, it shouldn't have never been that one time. It should have been no times. That's why people really need to get, especially the doctors. Now, I'm not knocking cancer. I'm not knocking any other disease. All those other diseases are horrible too. Sickle cell is just as horrible as that. But when they're going to med school and everything, I bet you they know everything about cancer, everything about lupus, everything about MS, everything about all different other type of cancers, everything about depression or, diabetes, everything else. I bet you they know it down to the T. But when they learn or hear about sickle cell, they just run over it. They really don't get in depth like they need to. And that's one of the problems with the doctors today. Some of them, the things that really trip me out is when they say, oh, I know about sickle cell. I know how it is. When you come in a bad crisis and you're being pain. But you judge us. So you really don't know. You know what I'm saying? You really don't know. Unless you really, 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 really got your education on and you did the education for yourself and you study for yourself, study sickle cell for yourself, then yes, you know the pain that we go through, But a lot of doctors really don't know how to treat sickle cell. That's why we get judged. I honestly think the reason why we get judged most of the time is because most of the doctors really don't know how to treat sickle cell patients. And it's sad. Like, sickle cell really needs to be, sickle cell is in the books, but when they get to that point of learning about sickle cell, they really need to really get in depth with sickle cell, so they can know triggers, medicines that you should give, the ins and out, just like any other disease. You know, sickle cell is just as important. I always say, if you can die from a disease, it's important. Sickle cell you can die from. Cancer you could die from. Lupus you could die from. Diabetes you could die from. MS you could die from. You can die from that. But those diseases get so much recognition than sickle cell. And it's really sad. It's really sad. But I really don't want to make this a long video. I just wanted to give my opinion, and I just really wanted to talk about this subject because for the past couple of months, I've been seeing a lot of my fellow warriors getting judged, and it's sad. Like, one of my friends I seen recently, like 2-3 weeks ago, was getting pain meds every 6 hours, and was in the worst crisis ever. How are you going to give somebody pain meds every 6 hours and they're crying? You see them crying. You see them in pain. You see them in a fetal position. But you're not going to give them nothing more frequently or even a higher dose? You're basically killing them. Are you serious? Like I said, they don't know how to treat sickle cell patients. Now, I thank God for those doctors who do their homework and they know the ins and outs about sickle cell. I thank God for them in a very special way because they don't judge at all. And they're really there to help you. But I wish there were more of those type of doctors than the ones that judge us. But the ones that judge us really outweighs the one that really knows how to treat us right. And it's sad. I really just do pray that one day all of them really get it together and they know their education about sickle cell and treat us better, because it's really sad. If it was the other way around, they wouldn't want to be treated like that. They wouldn't want to be judged. They would want to be helped. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's just sad. We just gotta keep on praying. That's that. And like I said, this is the reason why I do videos, because people really need to get educated. When I ask people, do you know what sickle cell is? I heard about it, but I really don't know. And this is the African American saying this, and it's sad. It's majority of people that have sickle cell are African American. Sickle cell is not a black disease now, but majority of those who have it are African Americans. And these are African Americans that don't even really know about sickle cell. They heard of it, but they really don't know. And it's sad, and that's the reasons why I do my videos. That's the reason why I have my channel, because people need to know, and the doctors that are judging us needs to do a better job of getting their education on, and stop treating us like all we want is medication, because that's not the case. We want medication to ease our pain, of course, but we're not going there just for the medication, just to get a high and just to get a good sensation. No, we need it because it can help us with our pain and it can save our lives. But it's just sad. I really seen lately for the past few months a lot of our fellow warriors getting judged, and it's really sad. It shouldn't be like that at all. It should not. When you go into the emergency room, especially when you're in pain, like I said, all you think about is, please just give me some medication so I can feel better, please. Most of us don't even want to go. We force ourselves going to the emergency room because we don't want to deal with the doctors, we don't want to deal with the nurse, we don't want to deal with getting poked. All we just want is relief. That's it. But mainly the doctors judging us, and that's sad. That's really sad. But that's another sad thing about sickle cell, is the doctors that judge us. It's really, really, really sad. Really sad. But I just wanted to touch on that. If you have any opinions or any questions or any input, please comment below. Please, 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 please. Put in your input. You know, if you had an experience yourself of being judged, put it down in the comments, because I would love to hear it. And like I said, I could count on one hand how many times I've been judged. I think the worst time I've been judged, I was, I would say 2 years, almost 2 years ago. I was going to the submerged room in my hometown, but I don't go there no more after that situation. After that time, I don't go there no more because they're judgmental as hell. But the last time I went there, I was hurting so bad. I was like, can you please? And the crazy thing about it is the doctor was like, well, tell me, what do you get? So I said, I normally get Dilaudid, Benadryl, and Zofran. He said, okay, I'm going to get it. So he wrote it down, and I'm thinking like, okay, good. So I said, I have a port. He was like, oh no, I'm not going to give you a port. I'm not going to access your port. I'm going to give you a IM shot. What is that going to do? Please tell me. Most doctors think an IM shot is going to do something. It doesn't. Not at all. So I was like, why? I said, I have a port. He was like, no, there's a lot of people out there drug seeking. There you go. Drug seeking, and a lot of sicklers come here just for the meds and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I'm not one of them. I don't drug seek. I'm not one of them. So don't put me in a category like that, first of all. And number two, I barely come here. And the doctor knew me. I was like, I barely come here. So second of all, you know I'm not a drug seeker. So, are you serious? He was like, yeah, I'm serious. I was like, so you really not going to ask my port and give me meds through my port? He was like, no. Either you're going to get the IM shot or you're going to leave. I said, you know what? I'm leaving. Enough is enough. I'm not going to sit here and get an IM shot knowing it's not going to help. Like, I really thought he was going to really access my port. Like, he wrote all the doses down, how much I get. I told him how much I get. And he was like, okay, I'm going to give that to you. But when he said he was going to give me a shot, I said no. I left. And that was my last time I've been to that emergency room in my hometown. I don't go there no more because the doctors there have changed. They used to be cool, but now they act snotty and they act mean. And you know what? Like I said, some people do go there, go to the hospital just for the pain meds. And it makes it harder for us to really get our pain meds. But even if that's the case, you shouldn't do that. Doctors shouldn't do that anyway, period. Because what happened if you just never gave a patient no medicine and you send them home and they end up dying? That's on your hands. That's on you. That's on your conscience. You could have helped that patient. You could have saved that patient, but you told them, turned them away and said no because you think they're a drug seeker. That's just straight up wrong. That's judgmental. That's wrong. But it happens a lot in the sickle cell community, a lot, and it shouldn't happen at all. So like I said, that was my experience. I don't go there no more. I drive 30 minutes away, and that 30 minutes is worth it because they know me and they treat me well with no issues. And it's sad to have to drive 30 minutes away to get treated right, but the emergency room here in my hometown treat me like crap. That's part of having sickle cell. Like I said, they don't know how to treat sicklers. That the doctors that judge don't know how to treat sicklers, and it's sad. It's really, really, really sad. But like I said, if you have your own experience, please comment it below. Tell me your story. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear other sicklers that went through this judgmental state from doctors when you're in emergency rooms and stuff like that. Please comment below. I would love to hear your story. But it's just sad. I really wanted to really touch on this subject because it was really bothering me, and it would really bother me to see on Facebook and on Instagram and on Snapchat and on Twitter how, especially on Facebook and Snap, how people was sharing their story saying how they got judged and they were in so much pain. It's sad. It's really sad. But I just wanted to touch on that. But if, like I said, you have your own experiences, comment below. Like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it. I will talk to you later. I love you guys, and thank you so much for the support. Y'all are the bomb. Thank you. I'm really trying to get sickle cell out there and my page out there. And thank you for those who have been subscribing and supporting me and sharing my videos and giving me feedback. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really, really, really do. But comment below, share, like, and subscribe, okay? Love you guys. Mwah.